Welcome to Deep Thought, productive thinking. Productive thinking. Look, one of the main reasons for deep thought is to think, is for people to think. That's why if you look at a lot of things I throw out, it's not definitive. It's to make you think. It's why I say I don't have a problem with disagreements, provided they are respectful and you provide the reason for your disagreement. Because the reason I say that is sometimes people say, well, I don't like that. Okay, how come you don't like it? The reason why I say as long as you explain it, then I'm like, okay, I respect that. Because my main thing is to get you to think. Because let's be real out here. The mind leads us along. Yeah, we can talk about money. Oh, we can talk about being in great shape. We can talk about getting that fly haircut, getting that drip. We can talk about body game or having a legacy, all of that. All of it starts in the mind. Everything. And that's why I always say think. Think. And it don't matter if you disagree with me when you think or disagree with everybody when you think, as long as that thinking takes you in a productive direction. Now, productive thinking. Productive means it's actually giving you something. It's not taken away. You're producing something. You know, it could be as simple as thinking in such a way as to produce a happy life for you. That's productive. And not thinking in a negative way, which is actually hurting you in the long run. What good is that? Because look, let's be real. Everything is coming from the mind. You know, on my money channel, I talked about someone with a wealth consciousness shouldn't marry someone with a poverty consciousness. And the only difference is they might physically look good together. The sex might be hot, you know, and on paper, they both making the same amount of money. But because they think differently, there's going to be a problem because the one with the poverty consciousness will consistently spend the money on stuff that's not needed. And then the one with the wealth consciousness will think in terms of making that money grow for them and spend it on money that can create other money. Now, people might say, well, you know, they got everything else. What? No, that's different. It's coming from the mind. One is thinking in a productive manner. The other one isn't. If stuff is being taken away from you, how is that productive? How is that producing? You know, you got to think in that way. And that's just one example, money. How you interact with people. Ultimately, that comes from your mind, your attitude, how you think. Because every single thing is a choice. Every single thing you got to think about. Even the stuff that we think of as instinctual comes from thought. Indeed, the only thing that might be instinctual is you taking like a bodily function or you walking or something. And even then, you got to think, I want to get over here. You start walking. That's still coming from your thoughts. You don't get up and walk on it on your own, do you? But you got to think. You got to think. Like if you think about, I'm going to tell you what, any problem that comes up in the world, any problem, you can think your way out of it. Even if it's a natural disaster, you can still think about your reaction to it. You can still think about it. You're just like, oh, okay, this happened. Okay, this tree just fell on me. Let me think. Like I give you an example because, you know, like I said, I'm not a guru on the mountain. I'm climbing that mountain with y'all. Some of y'all ain't shouting distance. Some of y'all normal speaking voice distance. Some of y'all can whisper in my ear. Some of y'all, I have to yell up to you. Let's just be real. I have no problems admitting that. Some of y'all probably be quiet over here, but some of y'all, I got to say, hey, yeah, when I catch up with you. And you looking back at me, it's like, hey, you got to keep climbing. I'm still climbing myself. But, you know, we all got to think about it. Now, using that story I was going to say, right? That story. There was a time that a tree literally, I was driving. It was in Rock Creek Parkway in Washington, D.C. I'm driving. I'm going to pick up this young lady for a date. A tree literally fell on my car. And I saw it was coming down slow. I'm driving along. I say, damn, the tree is coming. It's almost like it was waiting for me. Like the tree was saying, yeah, here he come now. Let's go get him. And, you know, I ran, it came down, just timed it perfectly. I couldn't get past it, outspeed it, anything, you know. And, and it was just, I had to think about, okay, what to do. I ended up getting another car afterwards. But that's a natural disaster. I had to think, okay, I got to do this, got this date, got to think, okay, got to call her. This is before cell phones, too. This is before cell phones. So I had to think, okay, where I'm going to get to a phone. I got to think about all of it. Now, I don't remember exactly. I just know I ended up at her house and she was doing the driving. So that's the thing. I thought about it. That's the key thing. I had to think about it. You got to think about everything. When stuff happens in the world, when stuff happens in your life, stop and think about it. I don't care how much emotion you got out of it. You can solve it. You can think. You can say, okay, this is a problem. What can I do to change this? Okay, I can do this, this, and this. You can think about it. Like I said, I don't care how much emotion you got, Like it's generally known that women are more emotional than men, but then there's always a part of of women that has a rational thinking part, no matter what, And with men, we're known as more logical and rational, but we still had that emotion part. And basically what I'm saying is, no matter how the emotion affects you, you still can think. You still have a problem. You still can think. You need to think, okay, how can I solve this problem? How can this issue? How can I make more money? How can I lose weight? Or how can I put on weight? How can I meet this person that I've been checking out for a while? How can I break up from this person that I need to get away from? Let me use that for an example. Put that relationship thing in there. Sometimes you get some people in bad relationships and they they don't know how to get out of it. Yeah, you do. Sit down and think about it. Plan your escape. It's positive. This thing is not helping you. Instead of being negative thinking, okay, I'm going to stay in this thing. Positive thinking, okay, let me think about how I'm going to get out of this. Because once you think, it's a problem. Once you start thinking, it's a power. It's a power. You can solve any issue. I don't care what it is. And you got to think, okay, if I'm going to be thinking, let me go in a positive direction. This thing happened to me. Okay, what can I do about it? Okay, boom, boom, boom. I need to make more money. Boom, boom, boom. You need to get that fine old woman over there. Boom, boom, boom. Or if you're a woman, you need to get that big, fine old man. Boom, boom, boom. Think. And you got to think in a productive manner. This is very key, okay? Very key. No matter what. And yeah, there's going to be times when you're going to think in a more negative manner. It can't be helped, unfortunately. It cannot be helped. But you got to really just work on it, okay? So anyway, that's all I got for now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.